Of all the gachas and games that we can play, why Raid? For today's video, I'm gonna hop into why is it that I play Raid Shadow Legends and what brought me into wanting to start a channel. Hey you guys, it's Cece. Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm gonna do something a little bit different, which is essentially just take you into who I am as a Raid content creator and why I actually started playing Raid in the first place. If you have been following my channel, then you'll know I actually started Raid roughly a year ago, which is crazy to think it's been a year of essentially playing Raid, but it has also been a year of actually being a Raid content creator. So the question being, why did I actually start playing Raid in the first place? Well, I think I need to take you back to who Cece actually is. So I actually started playing games and creating content together really back in 2018. I remember that was when I decided to start a YouTube channel. And part of why I decided to start it is games that I was playing at the time. Couldn't find the kind of videos that I wanted to watch. And honestly, I was like, this could be kind of fun to actually go ahead, create videos and do all of that. I have always had like a creative side to me. I'm very much into things like painting and all of that. I've always done that kind of stuff. So I figured, why not try to bring my creativity over into video making? So that's really where it started. I will say from early on, I thoroughly enjoyed actually making content, making videos, playing games, figuring out the types of videos I wanted to make, all of that. I immediately was like, this is something I love and I want to continue to do. So I did exactly that. I continued to play games and make videos. And along the way, I got different sponsorships that came in. And eventually one came in, none other than Raid Shadow Legends. Now at the time, I think Raid was still a newer game. It was newer, but it was known enough that I got familiar with the game and I had played it and kind of tried it on and off and became quickly familiar with the game and that type of genre. It was very similar in the sense of the games I was already playing, that it was pretty easy to adapt into it. So I definitely got that early introduction into Raid, and honestly, even at the time, I enjoyed it. So I continued with my video making journey and trying out different gachas, and honestly, you guys, I tried so many gachas. I played so many different games and gachas and RPGs, and honestly, a little bit of everything. If it was a new game that was in the App Store, I would go ahead, download it, play it, give it a shot. And sometimes I'd play the game for a day, sometimes a week, maybe it was a month, maybe it was a couple of months. And sometimes I made videos on it, and other times I played to just enjoy the game for what it was and really just kind of play it for me and try it out and see how long I wanted to continue to play the game for. But again, there was so many that I tried out. The question then could be, if I enjoyed playing the games, why not make videos for all of these games? And honestly, kind of down to time, because at this time I was working, I think I was working 3 jobs at this time. And I was in university, so I was kind of doing the YouTube thing on the side. And I would really just go ahead and in whatever free hours I would have late in the night, go ahead and make these videos. So it was definitely a lot of juggling and like multitasking to do. But again, I quickly just continued to do it more and more to the point that I was like, this is what I want to do. I want to do videos, I want to do content, and I want to be able to play games and really just enjoy them and have fun with them. This now then brings me to last year of when I decided to actually step into Raid. So at the time with some of my other channels, I went ahead and I did a video for Raid as well. And in that first video, just going ahead and stepping back into the game, I was like, you know what? I have a little bit more time. I'm not in school. I didn't really have to work anymore. I was enjoying the videos. So I was like, why not go ahead and really jump into Raid? And that is really where it started. That is when I was able to go ahead and create a custom link. So I was able to actually pick champions I wanted to include in here. Taking a look at them, Eleanor stood out to me. I loved her look, I still do. And I was like, you know what, she'd be a good legendary. She's got the poison. She's a champ I want to start out with. So let's go ahead and see how far we can really take this. I will say I immediately adapted into the game because Raid was kind of in the same genre that I've played with other games. I feel like I quickly learned what I needed to do in this game. And I quickly fell in love with the different aspects of the game because in my mind, I was like, okay, we'll go ahead, we'll start. It's gonna be easy. It'll be like anything else I played. And then I found it actually challenging me. And I loved the fact that there was so much I could actually do between going through dungeons, figuring out teams for Doom Tower, things like Faction War, Curse City, all of it. I found myself actually liking because I realized like maybe I'm not in the mood to grind for hours and hours in a dungeon, so instead I will go ahead and focus a little bit more on faction wars. Or maybe I want to just hop into Doom Tower, or let's do some arena. Let's maybe figure out a specific team that I want to use, an Ice Golem or Spider's Den or Dragon Slayer, because it all had different strategies. And I liked the fact that it actually challenged me a bit. I found that I was able to, I guess in that sense, also get creative, because you have to get creative, especially early on when you don't have a lot of champs, to figure out what champions you can actually use in the dungeons. And I will say the artwork of the champions and the lore behind them was something that I loved. I still love the fact that they do the shorts, that they introduce the videos anytime that they do have a fusion or a champion. They put a lot of effort into that. And that is something that I realized even how many years now that Raid has been out, that they're still putting a lot of effort into that part of the game, at least from my perspective, because I understand some of you have probably been playing this game for years, but telling you as a player coming into it now, those are the things that I really noticed. Then the more that I actually played Raid, the more that I wanted to accomplish for myself. And this is something I have actually said since day one, was to set small goals for yourself and try not to fall into the FOMO and realize like, oh, I'm comparing myself to everybody else's progress. They are doing XYZ and I can barely tackle this dungeon. I stopped all that noise and I was like, listen, I'm fully embracing, I am a new player. I'm still a new player. I am still learning, and I am nowhere near where some other players are. Take the game at your own pace. That is exactly what I've been doing. And as I said, just setting small goals for myself. And as you accomplish those goals, personally, like I feel so accomplished when I finish a faction in Faction Wars and I'm like, yeah, I got full stars, on to the next one, or I make new progress in it. Or as I've recently started to tackle the PvP side of things, as I'm starting to learn the meta and actually win my battles and climb up in there, all of that has actually felt so rewarding. So I know like with Raid, it can sometimes feel like a lot if you're comparing yourself to other players and be like, or you feel like your account's not good enough or not there yet. Sometimes you just gotta block out all that noise and really focus on what you want to do. And I will tell you, some days I feel so accomplished, like I can get so much done in the game, or I want to complete all these goals. And then other days I'm like, I didn't even use my Doom Tower keys. Why I'm doing it now. Or like, oh, I didn't do Curse City, or I can't do this boss. And that's okay to have those lazy days too. Sometimes you step back, you take a break, and then you come back in whenever you feel ready. And that's not just with Raid, that is with any game, really. If you feel like you are just like not enjoying it anymore, drowning in it, take a break, step back, and eventually, like if time feels right, you'll come back into it. Or maybe you shift your perspective, because for me, for the longest time, I was focusing on like, I want to do this dungeon. And then it got to the point where I'm like, really like not getting anywhere with it. So instead I shifted my focus onto something else. And when I feel ready, I will go back into it. And by that time, I'm sure my champs will be stronger, better. Maybe I will even have new champions that I pulled from shards. And even though I have played similar games in the past, I do still think there are things that are actually unique about the game, and there's still things I enjoy about it. So honestly, it's just a big thank you for welcoming me into the Raid community, because it is what kept me going and wanting to continue to make content, and will continue to do so. So if you've been here from the start, I appreciate you. And if you are just joining, then welcome. I hope you enjoy watching my journey as I continue going through Raid, finding different things about the game that I enjoy, and stepping over the challenges on the days that I feel like I can't get anything done. That is it for today's video. I want you guys comment down below and let me know what is one goal that you have set for yourself in Raid. And be sure that you subscribe as you follow along with my journey as I take you through my account progress and growth. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!